One of the truly amazing phenomena we're watching in this rather incredible moment are the attacks from the left on Donald Trump for not being authoritarian enough. Do more, they keep saying to him. Send in the army, override the authority of the states. I'm old enough to remember when lefties were telling us that Trump's authoritarian tendencies were a terrible danger to us all. Remember Danny Deutsch on MSNBC when he said of Trump, this is a quote, "There's so many stunning parallels to what Hitler was doing in the early phase. I'm not saying Trump is going to slaughter 6 million Jews, but ranging from the fake news parallels to the seizing of new powers, the Reichstag in 33 versus Trump's non-existent national emergencies," and he went on and on. The reference to the Reichstag is, of course, a reference to the burning of the German Parliament building in 1933. They still don't know who actually did that, whether it was the Nazis or some crazy communist guy. But the point is, Hitler used the event to seize emergency powers and essentially establish his dictatorship. And yet, here we are. It's a national emergency, and not only has Trump not declared martial law or canceled the next election, but it's suddenly lefties like Bernie Sanders and Bill de Blasio who are bemoaning the fact that he hasn't used the opportunity to seize factories and force businesses to close and override the governance of the states. They're upset that he's keeping our federalist system in place, that system that helps preserve our freedoms by keeping government power local. Strangely, I'm not hearing a lot of apologies to Trump when it turns out he's not a fascist. Oh, gee, we got you wrong, Donald. MSNBC should be saying maybe an hysteric know-nothing like Danny Deutsch shouldn't be on television spreading lies like that. I mean, there's a place for everyone, and maybe Deutsch's place would be sitting on the last stool of an empty bar, waiting for the bartender to tell him it's time to stop talking about Hitler and toddle on home. Maybe we shouldn't invite guys like that on cable TV so much, but should just stick to the real defenders of freedom like Michael Avenatti and James Comey and John Brennan and other disgraceful corruptos. Justin Trudeau, up in Canada, he closed the borders yesterday. But I didn't hear Justin mention the fact that maybe it turns out Trump was right about the need for a nation to maintain border security. Likewise, when Germany closed its borders, I didn't hear any of that from Angela Merkel. But I do hear some people, not all, but a goodly number, continuing reckless and unrestrained attacks on the president as he tries to get an unprecedented and dangerous event under control. I'm not talking about questioning this step or that step or discussing various possibilities. It's a free country. You don't have to agree with Trump. You don't even have to like the man. I'm talking about the relentless, nonsensical insult slinging about a president who may sometimes be right and sometimes wrong, but who has damaged our essential freedoms not one little bit, not one, as opposed to our last president with his corrupt IRS, FBI, and CIA leadership let loose to abuse their powers for political control. This is a wonderful time to remember the wisdom of Socrates, namely to know that we know nothing and to accept that even our leaders really know nothing, and our experts, they have to learn as they go. When this is over, we'll be able to assess, but right now we need a vaccine for Trump derangement syndrome almost as much as for the Chinese flu. Everything is tickety-boo, including the massive growth of the Daily Wire YouTube channel. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and catch all our future videos right here on YouTube.